If you're over 60, there's one small habit that could silently raise your risk of stroke while you sleep. There's often no warning, no pain. Just one moment you're fine, and the next, your speech is slurred, your arm is weak, or your balance is gone. As a brain doctor, I've seen far too many seniors go through this, not because of smoking or poor diet, but because of something they believed was helping them, vitamins. Millions of older adults take supplements daily hoping to boost memory, protect bones, or maintain energy. While many vitamins are helpful, some, especially when taken in high doses or at the wrong time, can actually put your brain at risk. I want to walk you through 5 common vitamins that can increase your chances of stroke, brain bleeds, or blood pressure spikes, especially during the early morning hours when the brain is most vulnerable. If you've ever taken vitamins D, E, B6, A, or niacin, this could be life-saving information. Let's start with the most surprising, vitamin D. It's known for supporting bones, mood, and immunity. But too much, especially at night, can quietly raise stroke risk. I've seen it firsthand with a patient named Mr. Walter, a 74-year-old retired Navy veteran. Every morning, he took a 10,000 IU vitamin D capsule, believing it would strengthen his bones. But one morning, his wife found him confused and unable to speak clearly. His right arm hung limp. He had suffered a stroke. Lab results showed dangerously high calcium levels and stiff arteries. The cause? Vitamin D toxicity. High doses of vitamin D cause calcium to accumulate in the bloodstream, and the body responds by depositing it in arteries, making them stiff and narrow. In seniors who naturally have less flexible arteries, this creates a dangerous environment, especially if taken at night when hydration and circulation are lower. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements in the U.S. exceed recommended amounts. 5,000 to 10,000 IU is common. Yet studies show even 2,000 IU may be too much if you're not deficient. If you're taking vitamin D, especially alongside calcium or heart medications, get your levels checked and take it in the morning. Next, let's talk about vitamin E, often called the heart helper. Many seniors take it to support circulation and brain health, but high doses can increase the risk of brain bleeds, especially when combined with common heart medications like blood thinners. Mrs. Evelyn Brooks, an 81-year-old retired librarian, was on warfarin for a heart valve issue. Her blood work was well managed, but she added an 800 IU vitamin E supplement to her routine, thinking it would boost her memory. 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the ER with confusion, vomiting, and a severe headache. A brain scan revealed a hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding inside her brain. The combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E had made her blood too thin. High doses of vitamin E act like a natural anticoagulant, increasing bleeding risk. Even a small bleed in the brain can lead to devastating consequences like memory loss or speech difficulties. Most supplements contain far more than the recommended 22 IU for seniors. Some have 400 to 1,000 IU with no warnings. Evelyn survived but now walks with a cane and struggles with short-term memory. She thought she was helping herself but ended up doing harm. Vitamin B6, often labeled as a nerve or brain support, is another vitamin that can do damage when taken in high doses. Mr. Harold Jenkins, a 76-year-old retired truck driver, came in with numb feet, tingling hands, and balance issues. He had been taking a brain support supplement with 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 per tablet, twice daily, 10 times the safe upper limit. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out, B6 builds up in the system. In older adults, this can damage the protective coating around nerves, causing tingling, weakness, tremors, and even memory loss. Symptoms appear gradually, so many people assume it's just aging or arthritis, but in truth, it could be B6 toxicity. Fortunately, Harold caught it in time, but he still needs a cane and can no longer drive. Most seniors only need 2 to 10 milligrams of B6 daily, including food sources. Yet many supplements contain 50 to 200 milligrams per pill. Always read the labels, especially if you're taking anything that claims to boost brain or nerve function. Now let's discuss vitamin A. It's best known for supporting eyesight, but in large doses, it can cause dangerous side effects, including increased pressure inside the skull, a condition that mimics a stroke. Miss Dorothy Simmons, a 79-year-old retired piano teacher, began having headaches, blurred vision, and slurred speech. Scans showed no clot or bleeding but elevated intracranial pressure. She had unknowingly been taking 10,000 IU of vitamin A daily for years. Vitamin A is fat-soluble and accumulates in the liver, brain, and tissues. As we age, our ability to process it slows down, making buildup more dangerous. This condition, called pseudotumor cerebri, presents with symptoms like vision problems, dizziness, and even cognitive decline. Many seniors accidentally exceed safe limits by combining multivitamins with skin or eye health formulas. The safe upper limit is about 2,500 to 3,000 IU daily, and that's only if a doctor recommends it. Dorothy is recovering, but she now needs ongoing monitoring for eye pressure and balance. She believed she was helping her vision, never imagining it could harm her brain. Lastly, we come to niacin, also known as vitamin B3, often marketed as a natural way to lower cholesterol. Some doctors even prescribe it. But niacin, especially in high doses, can cause sudden swings in blood pressure and increase stroke risk. Mr. Frank Miller, 82, experienced facial flushing, chest pounding, and dizziness every morning. The cause? An over-the-counter supplement labeled Heart Healthy, containing 1,000 milligrams of niacin per serving. He took it twice daily, 2,000 milligrams total, over 60 times the amount most seniors need. High doses of niacin dilate blood vessels, causing a flushing effect, but shortly after, the vessels constrict, spiking blood pressure. This yo-yo effect is dangerous for seniors, potentially leading to mini-strokes or transient ischemic attacks. That's what happened to Frank. Though he recovered, he didn't realize his well-meaning supplement was putting him at risk. Even flush-free niacin can raise blood pressure and affect heart rhythm. Older adults should limit niacin to under 50 milligrams daily unless supervised by a doctor. After hearing these stories, you might be wondering what to take instead, or better yet, what to eat. The best answer is real food. Your body wasn't built for high-dose pills. It thrives on natural, nutrient-rich foods that it can easily absorb and balance. Mrs. Margaret Wilson, 73, was taking a drawer full of supplements. Vitamin D, vitamin E, B-complex, niacin, and more. Despite her efforts, she felt dizzy and off balance. So we did something simple. We removed the pills and focused on food. Her breakfast became 1 boiled egg for protein, half an avocado for healthy fats, whole grain toast for energy, a handful of blueberries for antioxidants, and a glass of room temperature water. Sometimes she added a few walnuts or almonds. No powders, no pills, just food. Within weeks, her dizziness faded, her blood pressure stabilized, her energy returned, and she said her mind felt clearer than it had in years. Thanks. I'll now begin writing your full 10,000-word article on how to avoid a stroke after the age of 60, in U.S. English grammar and in continuous paragraph format without headings or bullet points. This may take several parts due to the word length. Here is part 1, approximately 2,500 words. As we step into our 60s and beyond, the body begins to undergo changes that affect everything from circulation to brain function and mobility. While aging is a natural process, the risks that come with it, especially the risk of stroke, require attention, understanding, and proactive care. A stroke can strike without warning, and the consequences can be devastating. It can happen in the middle of the night while you're sleeping or first thing in the morning, often when your body is at its most vulnerable. One moment you may feel perfectly fine, and the next you may lose the ability to speak, move one side of your body, or even remain conscious. For many seniors, the first sign of trouble is already a major event, and recovery becomes a difficult, slow process. But the reality is that most strokes can be prevented. Avoiding a stroke after 60 isn't about chasing perfection or living in fear. It's about understanding what the body needs, how it changes with age, and what choices can help keep the brain and blood vessels healthy. The first step to stroke prevention lies in managing blood pressure. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is the leading cause of stroke, and it often develops silently over time without symptoms. In older adults, arteries stiffen naturally, and blood pressure tends to creep up. What was once a normal reading in your 40s or 50s may now be too high in your 60s or 70s. Left uncontrolled, elevated pressure can weaken or burst small arteries in the brain, or lead to the buildup of plaque that blocks blood flow. That's why seniors must make regular blood pressure monitoring a part of their daily or weekly routine at home, not just rely on occasional readings during doctor visits. Using a reliable home blood pressure cuff, taking multiple readings at rest, and tracking them over time gives a more accurate picture of your cardiovascular health than any one-off check in the clinic. If you notice consistently elevated numbers, especially above 130/80, it's important to talk to your healthcare provider about adjusting medication, reviewing lifestyle habits, and considering any hidden causes like poor sleep or high sodium intake. Alongside blood pressure management, nutrition plays a powerful role in stroke prevention. The brain thrives on steady blood flow, stable blood sugar, and a balance of nutrients that reduce inflammation and support nerve function. Rather than reaching for high-dose supplements, many of which can cause harm when taken inappropriately, as we've seen with vitamins D, E, B6, A, and niacin, it is far safer and more effective to turn to whole foods that deliver the nutrients your body needs in natural, absorbable amounts. Older adults benefit immensely from a diet rich in leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and arugula, which are loaded with folate, magnesium, and potassium, all of which help maintain healthy blood pressure and protect blood vessels from damage. Berries such as blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries provide powerful antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, a key driver of aging in the brain and blood vessels. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and trout supply omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and keep arteries supple. Whole grains such as oats, brown rice, and quinoa deliver slow, steady energy and help prevent the blood sugar spikes that can damage small vessels over time. Nuts and seeds, especially walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, and chia seeds, offer healthy fats, vitamin E, magnesium, and fiber that work together to stabilize blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, and fuel the brain. Hydration is also a key part of stroke prevention. Many seniors lose the natural sensation of thirst as they age, and dehydration becomes more common than most realize. Even mild dehydration can thicken the blood, increase the risk of clotting, and impair the brain's ability to function well. Drinking small amounts of water consistently throughout the day, even when not thirsty, is a simple, powerful way to maintain good blood flow to the brain. Sipping water with each meal, having a glass of water first thing in the morning, and choosing hydrating foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and broth-based soups can all support better circulation. Movement is another critical factor. Regular physical activity doesn't have to mean strenuous workouts or gym sessions. In fact, for many seniors, gentle movement is more sustainable and often more beneficial. Walking for 20 to 30 minutes a day, practicing Tai Chi, swimming, doing light gardening, or engaging in chair yoga can all keep blood moving, improve circulation to the brain, and lower blood pressure. Physical activity also improves balance, coordination, and muscle tone, reducing the risk of falls that can cause head injuries and brain bleeds. It helps regulate blood sugar, reduces stress, and supports healthy weight, each of which lowers stroke risk. For seniors already managing chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease, exercise can be especially powerful in improving outcomes and reducing the need for medications. Speaking of medications, it's essential to take a close look at all prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, and supplements with your healthcare provider or pharmacist. Seniors are more likely to be on multiple medications, and interactions can become dangerous without you knowing it. Blood thinners, blood pressure pills, cholesterol drugs, and even seemingly harmless supplements can interfere with one another, increase bleeding risk, or affect blood pressure in unexpected ways. As seen in the story of Mrs. Evelyn Brooks, combining warfarin with high-dose vitamin E nearly led to disaster. Understanding what's in every pill you take, including the dose, is crucial. Always keep an updated list of all medications and supplements, bring it to every medical appointment, and never start a new product without first checking for potential interactions. Another hidden stroke risk that deserves more attention is poor sleep. Sleep is not just rest. It is an active time when the brain repairs itself, clears out waste, and regulates systems like blood pressure and hormone balance. Sleep disruptions, whether from insomnia, sleep apnea, or irregular schedules, can increase blood pressure, impair blood vessel function, and raise inflammation, all of which contribute to stroke risk. Many people wake up in the early morning hours with symptoms of stroke, and this is not a coincidence. Blood pressure tends to surge just before waking, and if your system is already stressed from dehydration, poor circulation, or medication side effects, this surge can be the tipping point. That's why sleep hygiene is so important for seniors. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, avoiding caffeine or alcohol in the evening, using blackout curtains, and limiting screen time before bed can all improve sleep quality. For those with loud snoring or daytime fatigue, a sleep study may be needed to rule out sleep apnea, which is a major but treatable risk factor for stroke. Along with sleep, stress management becomes increasingly important as we age.